Tube Dorks! Talk about opening up a can of worms. Yo, my name is Billo. Oh, let me try that. Yo, my name is Billo and I like me some spaghetti. O's. Yeah. Tube Dorks. Tube Dorks. Tube Dorks. I'm waiting and I'm anticipating. Z26, he's gonna come down on this so hard. Oh, I know it. I'm waiting for it. I predicted it from the beginning. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, which is cool. Because I'm doing this respectfully. Okay, look, here's what it boils down to. Probably doesn't boil down to this, but this is how I simplify things. I go through my life. Spend a lot of time in the shower, the car. Not like that, but I mean, because it's time to where the brain works and you think about things. And every now and then I get an idea that I get genuinely excited about. I think that was a plot in a movie. Not a movie, but a TV show, an episode of a TV show. When was the last time you had an idea? Actually, no, the storyline was, when was the last time you had an idea that was good? I mean, a good idea. And this is kind of the same thing, except usually, well, actually, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I know it's an exciting idea. So that's the question I'd pose to you. When was the last time you had an idea that you got really excited about? I mean, just really, because for me, that happened last week. Ziggy Starla, Emmy, had asked for my cell phone number, so I gave it to her. And then she texted me. And I figured, this is as good a time as any. Because I find that once I involve someone else in my ideas, then I have to pitch the idea. And that just gets me even more excited. It helps me work out some details. And gets me more excited. And I get to see if my idea can excite someone else. And if it does, then I know I'm kind of onto something. So, in this case, since Emily is the person who started Tube Dorks, and I really need to emphasize that, because we'll be getting back to it shortly. Emily is the one who started Tube Dorks. And above all, I want to be respectful of IP, intellectual property. And Tube Dorks is Emily's intellectual property. Now, that's not to minimize anybody else's involvement in Tube Dorks. Because obviously a contributor is a contributor. However, ultimately, in the long run, Tube Dorks is Emily's creation. It's her baby. Buck stops there. I am respectful of that. Respectful of all of it, but that particularly. I have a vision for a vlogging channel. And let me make this very clear, because it doesn't have to be Tube Dorks. Because Ben already stated his reservations. Although I think I know where his reservations are coming from. And it's really less about the idea and more about the responsibility, which is understandable and fine, and I actually have the solution to that. But the point is, it doesn't have to be Tube Dorks. And if enough people don't want it to be Tube Dorks, then fine. I don't care. If it's really something I want to pursue, then I'll find a different venue for it. My vision is for a vlog channel that's run in the style almost of a periodical or magazine. So then you have endless amounts of contributors contributing anything and everything under the sun. Obviously, mostly revolving around vlogs, but still. The floor is open to any kind of content. Here's the catch, and here's, I think, where Ben has some reservations about this concept. Anything can be submitted, but it has to go through editorial approval of sorts. Number one, you have a managing editor that kind of takes the content that's submitted and organizes it, and, schedules it throughout the week. Number two, you have volunteer editors, video editors, I mean. There's an opportunity for vloggers who don't want to edit their videos to submit raw footage, and the volunteer editor is an opportunity for the volunteer editor to just get his feet wet, or his or her feet wet, and just have fun with other people's material. Not that a contributor couldn't edit their own video. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. For example, I'm recording this video right here, and I'm gonna edit it down. Probably gonna be 10-15 minutes or something, and that's fine for my channel. But if I want to submit this video to the Ruminations syndication, or Tube Dorks, or whatever the hell we're gonna call it, I would either have to turn the footage over to the editorial team, the Tube Dorks editorial team, and because it will have to be 2 minutes long. It's got to be cut down to 2 minutes. What I've always believed is that restrictions inspire creativity. So, and for something like the Krumbine syndication or Tube Dorks, I think we need to inspire as much creativity as possible. And I think that 2-minute rule will help do that. So, going back to my example, I'd submit, because I've already edited it once down to 15 minutes, I probably don't want to do it again. So I'd turn it over to a volunteer editor or the editorial, and they'd take it and they would cut it down to 2 minutes, and that would qualify it for broadcast on Ruminations syndication. That's how it would work. And anybody can submit their vlog. Anybody can vlog. I was toying around with an idea of a monthly directive. So the thing that I suggested was like, okay, June, summer blockbusters for the month of for this coming month. That would be the core theme for submissions, and we would see how that would work. And that's the initial concept. And I don't think I did a very good job presenting it, but maybe I can edit it into something a little bit more fashionable. And that's it. That's it. So I don't know if that's something for people to be upset about. I don't know if it's worthwhile. Again, I think it's a good fit for Tube Dorks, and I think it's a good opportunity for Emily to have Tube Dorks be realized, the full potential of Tube Dorks be realized into something bigger. But that's her call. And she's being generous enough to put that option out to everybody else, which is what I would do as well. So I fully respect that. If people don't want this to be Tube Dorks, like I said, not a big deal. Just make it something else if I decide to do it. That's all the time I got now. That's door to door. That's the car vlog for today. Later.